red flags you're probably overlooking, but you shouldn't. Right, so you're probably thinking everything's fine, but deep down something feels off. And these are the silent red flags. Number one, they never take responsibility. I remember growing up, I was a girl, this girl I was seeing, and she just wasn't able to realize where she was going in where she was in the wrong. When I'll communicate, I'll text, I'll message and say, listen, this needs to improve. This is not good enough. This is not right. You cannot, it's like you've got a blind eye to your ability to do wrong. And it's not cool. I know some guys are okay with it, but I'm not. You need to be able to take accountability. It's not everybody's fault that you went late to work. It's you woke up late. It's not everybody's fault that they find you loud or annoying. You talk too much. The inability to be self-aware is definitely a very big problem, but more than anything, the fact that they don't take accountability is probably one of the worst things you could handle as a guy. So get rid of that straight. Number two, they have no life outside of you. There was this other story. There was this girl I was seeing, and I was, dating different people, and she would double message, triple message, and it was just miserable. And I'll eventually just open up the message and I'll say, okay, how can I help? What's up? What are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean what you're doing? So you needed to reach out to me so bad just to ask me what I'm doing. And we're not even boyfriend and girlfriend. What's going on? Don't you have a job? Why are you so free? When someone, and that goes, and you know what makes it worse? Guys are doing that to girls. Bro, do you understand that? Let me explain to you how low I thought of this. I thought of this girl as jobless. I thought of this girl as someone that had nothing going on with her life. That her life was so boring, that her sole purpose of living was to entertain whoever gave her any sort of attention. Is that what you want in your CV? Get busy. Do not waste your whole day trying to get a hold of somebody. It's repelling to them, and it should be repelling to you if a girl God does that to you. Yes, you want your woman to be clingy, but you also want her to be busy. It's nicer when because what that means is that when she's busy, but when she's there, she's present. And that's the perfect balance with anybody. Don't be clingy and free, be clingy and busy. I hope that makes sense. So if this person has no life, tell them to get one. And if they don't want to listen to the advice, then you should know what you should probably do. Number three, they criticize you more than they compliment you. Now, the difference between a good critic and a bad critic is the results. The results of one leave the people inspired to take action. Whether they're hurt or they're not as happy with the results, it's fine. They understand that taking action will potentially make them a better person. Now, the difference between the two is the delivery. So if the person you're with makes you feel like it's like no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do to make things better. It's simply because their criticism skills are probably at -10. I'm saying this as someone that had the exact same issue. During some of my previous relationships, I'd criticize everything. Why are you not going to the gym? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Well, we were supposed to do this and you didn't do it. We were supposed to do that and you didn't do it. And then when it came to me, I'll just do it tomorrow. When it came to me, you know what, screw it, I'll be right. I worked hard today, it's understandable. You can't judge yourself or give yourself a leeway and then criticize someone with just as a 10 times harsher method. It's not fair. So what you want to do is, whatever you want to say to someone, say to yourself first, have I kept myself to this standard? And if the answer is yes, then criticize. But I guarantee you, 15 years into self-development and I'm still working on it. So if you just started, well, you got a long way to go. And I'm not saying that I'm the blueprint, but I'm just saying, by the time you start working on yourself and start to realize that there's so much work that you need to do, you don't even have time to criticize. You only have time to encourage. Hey, do you know what? You've done this, cool. What's the next step look like? So I'd say don't criticize, encourage, or criticize if you can take it. But if you can sense that it's not working, or if it's not producing the fruit you wanted to produce, change the narrative. Like, it's insanity to try the same thing hoping for a different result. Stop criticizing and encourage. And make sure before you criticize, you've earned your badge of honor by committing to everything you said you're going to commit to and actually delivering on it. Number 4, this one's serious. They're too comfortable with dishonesty. That there is such a write-off. I don't care if it's a joke. I don't care if you can lie to me because you want to joke and have a crack about, what makes you think I can believe you when it's serious stuff? Oh, you're just gonna know that I'm being serious. How? How? And I don't think I've ever dealt with this because I kind of always saw it as a red flag and I was like, not really want to have a part in this. And that's probably where you probably don't realize, but you've been cheated on before because of this. You allow liars to circle. By the way, bonus tip. If someone does lying for a living, I'd keep my eyes open. At night, daytime, yeah, I really would. Just saying. They're always seeking validation from you. Now, guys, you'd be so surprised. As you level up, as you start to understand how you can increase your sexual value market, you're going to start to realize how insecure some of these beautiful women are. The worst ones are the ones that are always looking for validation, because if you don't give it to them, someone else will. And that's how they end up on Instagram in someone else's DM saying, thank you, babe, I appreciate it so much. You don't know what that means to me, instead of a just simple thumbs up, sorry, I'm not interested. So if the person that you're with is seeking for extra validation, what that simply means is that the person is insecure. You need to pack your bags and keep it moving. You don't want that stress. Girls are beautiful and most of them are quite secure in themselves, especially they gain a lot of, I'd say most of them. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, most of them. What you want to do is, if you can sense that this woman is seeking for a lot of validation, especially if she wears extra makeup. My ex, when we first started the relationship, had that same issue. She loved the validation because she was the girl that done the glow up. And those are the worst ones because they know what it's like to be ugly, so they're very appreciative of the transformation later on. When you see that, keep an eye open. If it's extreme though, that's when it becomes a red flag, because you're just gonna take anything that anyone gives. So you just don't even value yourself enough to understand that this is normal. Whoever you're with, make sure that they're used to getting compliments, because if they're not, it's a problem. Making you feel like you're always too much. I remember there was this date I went to with this girl, corporate, and I just felt very rigid. I just felt like I couldn't be myself, and it was horrible. It was horrible, and I cut it off within 2 days. I don't think I went out. First day we went, but second day I didn't. I did it. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you're able to sense or tell the person that, look, this isn't going to work because what you want and who I am just don't collide, it's better for you that way, because you don't want to get into a place where you just don't get to be your authentic self. And this is why it's so key for you not to try to impress anyone, because as much as even if you're just doing a one night stand, which it can never be a goal. Please never let that be a goal. I find that disgusting that you think that achieving a one night stand is something. Anyways, yeah, you want to get to a space where you're able to be yourself with that person. So you're aiming for longevity. So if the person is down the line, it's better for you to know that at first than later on down the line. So I think that's our number 7. Let me double check. Life is too short, too precious. You see any of these signs, run. If you want to know what mistakes you could be making as a man and you don't even realize it, you want to watch this video. Guys, for more information on how to make sure that you stand up and you step up and you get yourself the best options you can get for New Year's, because Christmas is pretty much, is there a Christmas date thing? Nah, I think no guy wants a Christmas date thing. That's just expensive. Yeah, no way. But yeah, for New Year's, hit me up. Let's see what we can do. My link is on the Calendly link. Work with multiple clients in regards to this specific matter, and of course other stuff as well. But yeah, if you like this video, definitely like, share, subscribe, and then have a look at some other stuff that will be put up there so that we can level up your dating game and get you up and ready to find the right person. See you in the next video.
She knows it.